In this video, let's use division to find a number. And so we might say that 2/3 of some number is 10. The question is, what number did we start with? And that's what we want to find. To find that, we are going to divide both sides. And in the kind of the trick to algebra, and this is an example of a fairly simple algebra problem, but the trick is that you always work in the opposite or the inverse operation. And so that's what you want to do. The reason for it will become a little clearer after this next step. I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 2/3. The reason I do that is because any number, that whole thing, divided by itself is 1. They cancel out and give me 1 times x. But any number times 1 is that number. And so I really end up with x. And that equals 10 divided by 2/3. So let's go ahead and solve this. So we have 10. We need to change that to 10 over 1 divided by 2/3. In order to do that, we keep the first fraction, we change division to multiplication, and we take the reciprocal or the inverse of the second fraction. We flip it. At this point, I'm going to look for any common multiples that occur on top and on bottom because I'm in multiplication now. And I notice that 10 and 2 share a common multiple of 2. So let's go ahead and divide both of those by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then go ahead and multiply through. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 1 is 1. And so the answer is 15. So for our final, it's x is equal to 15. That number that we were looking for was 15. Okay, at this time, go ahead and pause the video. And I want you to try the next one on your own. It's the identical way. You follow the exact steps that I just did. The only difference is the numbers have changed. That's all. So go ahead and try it on your own. Okay, if you have not tried it on your own, go ahead and give it a shot. Kind of back up the video, pause it. But here's the solution. We're going to go ahead and divide both sides by 4/5. We choose the same number. Any number divided by itself becomes 1, and so those two cancel out, become 1. 1 times x is x. Okay, that all happened on the left side. Now, on the right side, we have to also divide by the same thing. We have to give both sides their just due. And if we don't, if you've ever not had ice cream, like your brother or sister, or if you've got kids and you give one kid ice cream and the other one doesn't get it, you have one really upset child on your hands. So you want to make sure that everybody gets it equally. Otherwise, bad things happen. So we're just going to kind of rewrite this problem over here. And I say it's 72, but I want to write 72 as a fraction, and so it's 72 over 1 divided by 4/5. At this time, you want to go ahead and switch the division to multiplication, because we're going to take the inverse of the inverse. That's how we're going to divide. 72 divided by 1 times. And now you also must flip the second fraction. Take its reciprocal or inverse. And so what we're going to do here then is we're going to go ahead and find common factors of either of the two top numbers with the two bottom numbers. Now 5 and 4 don't share anything in common, but 72 and 4 do. At the very least, they share 2. So let's go ahead and divide both of them by 2. So that's 36, and this is 2. And now 36 is even, and so we can divide that by 2 yet again. Switch to green here. So 32 divided by 2 is 18. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, now I have no common factors for top and bottom, and so I'm just going to go ahead and continue. 18 times 5 gives me 50 plus 40 is 90 on top. If you need to, go to a side, kind of a little side scrap paper and do that out. Divided by, and then 1 times 1 is 1. So we get 90. Well, that's the right side. And so we want to go ahead and take that number and put it back down next to x on that right side. And so our solution is x equals 90. And that's simply how to use division to find a number. So it's they call this a one-step algebra problem, because the only step you use is divide both sides in order to find x.